there, boys and girls, it's Miss Alex here, except today, I'm the director. Finally, I get to be the one calling the shots around here at the Zone Theater. But before I get to do that, I have a question for you. Have you ever been super mad? Let's say your brother or your sister says something really not nice to you and you think, ugh, well, I've got some words for them too. Or maybe they go into your room and they take something without asking and you think, well, I'll just go into their room and I'll take 2 things and they won't even know. Have you ever thought like that before or ever been super mad like that before? I'll be honest, I have. But getting even is not how we hit the mark. And in today's story, we're gonna see a character who hits the mark even when he could have gotten even. So today's performance that we'll be rehearsing is called Famine and Family. And our first character is Joseph, played by Mr. Elijah. And his brothers will be played by Mr. Giovanni and Mr. Alfredo. Now, really, Joseph had 11 brothers, but the rest of the cast got chicken pox. So let's just pretend, for the sake of the show, that these 2 brothers represent all of the brothers. Okay? Okay. And then we have Benjamin, played by Mr. Carlos. He's also one of Joseph's brothers, but he's not like those other guys. You'll see what I mean later. Okay, Joseph, so your motivation is that your brothers hate you, okay? They threw you into a pit, sold you into slavery, and then after that, your life got really bad. But then, eventually, you become Pharaoh's second in command and the ruler of Egypt, and your life gets really good because God was really good to you. Okay, brothers, your motivation is that you are so angry with your brother Joseph. Like, you hate this guy because he's dad's favorite, and he told you about a dream where he said he was gonna rule over all of you guys. But now you need his help. Like, so much so, if you don't get his help, you are going to starve. Okay, but before we get into our performance today, I need you to have a little background knowledge. I need to get you up to speed to the point we're gonna be at in our story, okay? So this comes from Genesis 37 through 41. So like I said, Joseph's brothers were horrible to him, so horrible, the Bible says they couldn't even say one kind word to him, not one. So they throw him into a pit and they leave him for dead, but they decide they don't want his death on their hands. So they sell him into slavery, but when they go back home, they tell their father that Joseph was killed by a wild animal. So Joseph gets sold again to a man named Potiphar, and Potiphar's wife blames Joseph for a crime that he didn't commit. So he gets sent to jail and he stays there for years until finally the Pharaoh has a dream that he needs interpreted, and Joseph is the one who can do it. And after that, the Pharaoh makes Joseph his second in command and ruler over all of Egypt. And that's where our story begins today. So let's get rehearsal started. Actors, up on stage, please. Joseph, if I could have you over here, and brothers, if I could have you over here, that would be great. Our performance today comes from Genesis 42 through 50. And at this time, there is a famine in Egypt and all the surrounding countries, which means there's little to no food anywhere, and people are starving, Joseph's brothers included. Because of Joseph, Egypt has been saving up food for years. So even though there's no food growing from the ground, they have plenty saved up. So people are coming from all over in the hopes to buy food. And Joseph's brothers are doing just that. So, actors, you know the scene.
Where are you from?
We're from the land of Canaan. We've come to buy food.
No, you're spies. You've come to see how weak our land is.
No, we're not spies. We're brothers, and we're here to buy some food.
Hey, Alfredo, yeah, give me a little more worry.
No, we're brothers. We're not spies, and we're just here to buy some food.
Ooh, that's good. I believe that.
Nope, you're spies.
He's telling the truth. We are brothers. There's 12 of us in total.
Yeah, one is missing, and the other one's back home with our father.
If you're telling the truth, then one of you will stay here while the other goes back, brings your brother here. Then I'll know that you guys are not spies.
Incredible job, you guys. Incredible. Okay, boys and girls, here's the thing. So Joseph knows that these are his brothers, but his brothers don't recognize that it's him. So Joseph has his servants put food in his brothers' sacks, the food that they bought, but then has them return the money that the brothers used to buy the food back into their sacks. But the brothers don't know that Joseph has done this. So let's watch that play out.
Brother, how'd you get that money in your bag?
How'd you get that money in your bag?
I didn't put it in there.
Neither did I.
Oh man, we're gonna get in some serious trouble.
Okay, more panic. Maybe run in circles.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Very good, very good.
We'll bring the money back and our youngest brother, and everything will be fine.
Now, their father wasn't too keen on Benjamin going to Egypt. He was afraid that something really bad was going to happen to him if he went. But with enough convincing from the brothers, he finally let Benjamin go. So once they get back to Egypt, the brothers try to return the money, but they're told that they can keep it. And when Joseph sees that Benjamin is with them, he invites all of his brothers to a feast. And then afterwards, when he sends them home, he puts food in their sacks, money, and then in Benjamin's sack, he has his servant put in Joseph's silver cup. Let's watch that scene play out. Actors, from the top.
Why have you done this? Why have you taken my silver cup?
How do we explain ourselves? How do we prove our innocence? We'll all be your slaves, okay? Don't just punish Benjamin.
I will never do such a thing. Only the one who stole my cup will be my slave. The rest of you can go back to your father in peace.
No, we can't return back to our father, not without him. We promised to protect him. And if we return without him, our father will be so devastated, he'll die.
All right, Joseph, now this is your big moment. Bring on the drama.
I am Joseph!
In Genesis 45, 4-8, it says this, "Please come closer," he said to them. So they came closer. And he said again, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into slavery in Egypt. But don't be upset, and don't be angry with yourselves for selling me to this place. It was God who sent me here ahead of you to preserve your lives. This famine that has ravaged the land for 2 years will last 5 more years, and there will neither be plowing nor harvesting. God has sent me ahead of you to keep you and your families alive and to preserve many survivors. So it was God who sent me here, not you, and he is the one who made me an advisor to Pharaoh, the manager of his entire palace, and the governor of all Egypt."
Go bring back our father and your families. You guys can live in the region near me, and this famine's gonna last a few years, so I'll take care of you. Yeah? Yeah? Bring it in. Come on. Yeah.
Eventually, Joseph's father dies, and the brothers are worried that now that their father's gone, Joseph is going to want to finally get even with them for all the wrong that they did to him in the past. But Genesis 50, 19-21 says this, "But Joseph replied, 'Don't be afraid of me. Am I God that I can punish you? You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people. No, don't be afraid. I will continue to take care of you and your children.'" So he reassured them by speaking kindly to them. Okay, actors, line up for curtain call, please. Incredible job, you guys. Incredible job. Great rehearsal today. Okay, boys and girls. So Joseph's brothers, they were more than just unkind to him, but they were cruel. Yet, despite all that, Joseph chose to hit his mark in his family by showing love to his brothers when he could have just as easily gotten even. But remember last week when we talked about forgiveness? See, Joseph had seen God's goodness in his life. I mean, he got thrown into a pit, but then he became ruler of Egypt. Joseph trusted that God's way was best. And so because of that, Joseph chose to forgive his brothers and show love to his brothers, because showing love and choosing to forgive is God's way. Now, Ephesians 4:31-32 says this, Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ, has forgiven you. And 1 Peter 4:8 says, most important of all, continue to show deep love for each other, for love covers a multitude of sins. Jesus, because he loves us, he forgives us, even when we don't deserve it. And for those who follow him, he prepares a place in heaven for them. And Joseph did a similar thing. He chose to forgive his brothers despite them not deserving it. And he prepared a place for them so that he could take care of them. And these brothers would go on to create the 12 tribes of Israel. But we'll talk more about those guys later. Now, you can hit the mark in your family by choosing to love and forgive, instead of acting out on your anger and trying to get even. Now, let's do the big idea one final time. Okay, actors, help me out.
Know your part and hit your mark.